Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel, Dante on Deck. Like always, my name is Dante Toro. Today I have something new and different for you guys. Today I am going to be ranking the winners of American Idol seasons 1 through 10, as well as other runner-ups and honorable mentions. Before we get started, please make sure to like and subscribe. Put in the comments if you like me making content like this and other content you would like to see me make in the future. Check out Talking to Myself, my podcast that comes out every single Monday here on YouTube and audio platforms as well. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Let's get started. So we're going to start with season 1 and go down, obviously. The reason why I'm only doing the first 10 seasons is because admittedly I stopped paying attention really to it post the 10th season. So that's why I'm keeping it here. If you may or may not tell, I'm very passionate about this and I pray to God this hits the target audience because I've been looking forward to doing something like this. We're going to start off with the season 1 winner, Kelly Clarkson, and I hate to just say it right out the gate because it's the first winner. Kelly Clarkson, arguably, debatably, is the American Idol GOAT. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to put her in iconic here if it lets me click, if it lets me drag. There we go. Okay, so Kelly Clarkson is in iconic. Also, I should have mentioned the tiers. Iconic, top tier, middle, good but not great, and shouldn't have won. Kelly Clarkson, she started it all. Not only did she come out with numerous hits, bangers, amazing albums post American Idol, but she really was the trendsetter. Like, she made American Idol popular. She was the first winner. That's what got the show going, really. So with that being said, Kelly Clarkson should be in everyone's Mount Rushmore when it comes to American Idol contestants and or winners, but we're starting off strong. She is iconic. Next up, season 2, we have Ruben Studdard, who won over Clay Aiken, and this is probably the first, this is the first American Idol season where there was maybe a debate on who should have won because Clay Aiken obviously was super popular. I can't sit here and tell you that I've listened to every single one of Ruben Studdard's and Clay Aiken's songs. I'm not going to use the shouldn't have won category here because I think both of them seems it was deserving, very 50-50. Again, I don't know too much of their music, but I did look at their discography. Ruben Studdard has a good amount of albums, so he did well for himself. And Clay Aiken, I think, is a more well-known name. He also has that one song that was in Family Guy, Stewie sings, like, listen to your heart, or every day, listen to your heart. I'm not going to sing it, but he had that, and whenever I think of Clay Aiken, I think of that song. So I'm going to put both of them in middle because I feel like that's fair for both of them, considering they both could have won or it's a debate. So I'm going to put them in the middle. Season 3, we have Fantasia winning it all, but we had Jennifer Hudson, who came in 7th place. 7th fucking place. That is criminally low for Jennifer Hudson. Obviously, hindsight 2020, Jennifer Hudson has accomplished so much post-American Idol. To list a few things, she won an Emmy, a Grammy, a Tony, and an Oscar. She was also inducted into the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2013 and also was named one of the most 100 influential people in the world in 2020. So whether she won or not, 7th place or not, she did very well for herself. As far as Fantasia, she also had a pretty good career. Her first single was #1 on Billboard, and she also had a few other albums that were towards the top of the charts. So by no means is Fantasia someone that should be in the shouldn't have won category because she did well for herself. And if you're winning this, like, you're winning for a reason. So with that being said, I'm actually going to put Jennifer Hudson in the iconic tier. Oh, no, iconic tier. There we go. Jennifer Hudson is a household name. She has her own talk show now. She is very well known worldwide. She deserves to be on this iconic list. Now, as far as Fantasia goes, I think she deserves to be in the middle because, again, like, grand scheme of things, should Jennifer Hudson have won? Maybe. Both obviously did well for themselves post-American Idol, so they both deserve high placements on this list. I'm giving it to Jennifer Hudson in the iconic because of everything she's done, the EGOT awards, all that. Fantasia, giving her her flowers as well because she very much so deserves a high placement on here as well. Season 4, we got a big hitter here. We have Carrie Underwood. Now, I'm looking at this list. We already have 2 people on the iconic chart here on the top, and I don't want this to be like I don't want to water down the top iconic here, but Carrie Underwood, by every sense of the word, is iconic. Not only on the show, she is the voice of Sunday Night Football. Whether you watched American Idol or not, you know who Carrie Underwood is. You've heard of numerous of her songs. Before He Cheats is a banger, is a classic, is a Hall of Fame song. And from what I'm seeing so far, we still have a few seasons to go and a few other contestants, but the first few seasons of American Idol gave us stars. They gave us absolute stars, and I hate to have 3 already in the iconic section, but that's just how it is. This is where I'm gonna get very passionate, and you're gonna see a side of me that you may have or may have never seen before. Season 5 is the season that just fucked everything. So Taylor Hicks, I want to get to the start. Taylor Hicks, this, if you're watching this, if you somehow saw this video come up on your YouTube algorithm, your feed, no disrespect to you, brother. You were just on a season that was filled with stars, and you should not have won. I'm sorry, Taylor Hicks. I'm just going to start this out by putting him in shouldn't have won, because that season alone, we had Chris Daughtry, yes, that Chris Daughtry, and Elliot Yamin, yes, that Elliot Yamin that sings Wait For You. And even though she isn't on this tier list, because I'm not too familiar with her music post-Idol, but Catherine McPhee also came in second. That is someone that probably at the time was the favorite to win, and Taylor Hicks still found a way. Since Taylor Hicks has won, he's only come out with 2 albums. So that's already like not, that's nothing. That's nothing. Chris Daughtry is, they used his song Home as like where someone got eliminated. They played that song in like a big video package of their journey, whatever. Chris Daughtry was the guy that I think the first loser of the show that was like, oh no, like that shouldn't have happened. I know I mentioned Jennifer Hudson, but like this I remember was just the reaction to when Chris Daughtry got eliminated. You see the look on his face. He was shocked. Ryan Seacrest was shocked. Even I think Catherine McPhee was in the bottom 2 that week. She was shocked. She knew she shouldn't have made, she knows she shouldn't have made it to the next round. Chris Daughtry is the man, was the man, will always be the man. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to water this down, but he is iconic. Let's just take a look really quick at Chris Daughtry's songs and his most popular songs. We have It's Not Over, Over You, Home, Feels Like Tonight, What About Now, No Surprise, Life After You, September, Waiting for Superman, Crawling Back to You. That's just 10 songs right there that I listed that are all hits. Chris Daughtry, one of the biggest travesties, not only in American Idol, but American history in general. And then we get to Elliot Yamin, who he came in 3rd, so he actually got ahead of Chris Daughtry here. Doesn't have much music to his name since then, but he has one song that is the reason why he's on here, and that song is called Wait For You. If you've never heard of that song, I don't know what rock you've been living under since 2006, 2007, but it is one of the best songs by any person that came out of American Idol ever. So for that, I'm going to put Elliot Yamin in the middle. He probably shouldn't be that high, but honestly, like, it's a personal pick. That's a favorite pick. And I think if some people, if you know where I'm coming from with that song, you'd put him here as well. Before we move on to season 6 here, I'm going to make a slight change. I'm looking at my list now and seeing how I'm talking about everyone and where I'm ranking them. I'm going to move Fantasia up to the top tier because I mentioned how amazing she was. She was the winner for a reason. I think she belongs a tier above Elliot Yamin, Clayton, and Ruberstar. No disrespect to those guys. So kind of how I'm looking at it, she definitely should be ahead of them. So making that change now. Season 6, this is honestly the inspiration to this video. So this morning, this is December 12th, I'm listening to Jordan Sparks' Tattoo, One Step at a Time, No Air featuring Chris Brown. And then on shuffle, this is my everything playlist. So this is like 3,000 plus songs. I get past those songs. The next one, Battlefield by Jordan Sparks. So they knew I was in a Jordan Sparks mood. Jordan Sparks is one of the most underrated American Idol contestants and winners in history. Because I feel like this was a weird time where like you're coming off of a season where it was like kind of down. It's like Taylor Hicks won again. Like I don't think he should have won. So people are like, what's going on now? Is someone gonna win the year after that shouldn't, whatever. No, the right person won. Jordan Sparks is the season 6 winner of American Idol. She's going in the top tier because she actually has so many like underrated hits and songs that came out post American Idol, like back in the late 2000s, whatever, but are still classics to this day. You can still listen to them. Jordan Sparks, amazing, love her, deserves her flowers. I feel like we don't appreciate her in that debut album enough. It really is a classic. Moving on to season 7, and this is another controversial one. This is the battle of the Davids, David Cook versus David Archuleta. I remember this night, this finale, like it was last night. David Archuleta had obviously the younger kid. He had all the teenage girls, all the kids rooting for him and stuff. And then David Cook, I believe he was an older guy. He was a bartender wherever he was from. And, you know, I'm not saying David Cook was not deserving to win or anything like that. I think he actually won by like 10 million votes or something. But David Archuleta, I think post American Idol, might have more recognizable songs. At the same time, David Cook does have a few good songs that came out on his debut album, I think, after. He's put out 4 albums, so he's done well for himself. David Archuleta, I love him, but he really hasn't done much besides Crush, A Little Too Not Over You, and he was on The Masked Singer. So I'm going to put David Cook in good, but not great. And I'm also going to have David Archuleta be in that group. It sucks, like the two guys, why isn't this going in? There we go. It stinks, like the two guys that came 1 and 2, like it was a big, again, David versus David was a big thing, but neither of them really did a crazy amount post-show. So I'm going to put them at good, but not great. Great at the time. David Archuleta was awesome. I loved him, but got to put them here. Oh boy, season 8. This is just like we're hitting a pace right now where it's just season after season after season. It's something to talk about, something controversial. We have Chris Allen and Adam Lambert. Now, Chris Allen was great. I remember one week he sang Heartless by Kanye West, the acoustic. It was really cool. Adam Lambert might be. There's a fair argument that he's the most talented singer, performer to come out of American Idol. He was a part of, what was it, Queen? To go on tour with Queen and be the lead singer, not replacing Freddie Mercury, obviously, but being able to step in like that, again, you have to have the utmost amount of talent, and Adam Lambert does. I can't believe he didn't win this season. This may have been the season that really started the downfall because Chris Allen, again, he came out with some good songs after Live Like We're Dying. Damn, I can't think of another one at the top of my head. And that's why I hate to do it, but he's going and shouldn't have won because he really shouldn't have, especially when you have a guy like Adam Lambert, who I am putting in the iconic tab because he, in every sense of the word, is iconic. He is so fucking talented. I mentioned Chris Daughtry being the biggest like travesty that he didn't win. That's also a lot of like favoritism and like I just love Daughtry. In reality, Adam Lambert's probably the biggest name that didn't win American Idol. Him, Daughtry, Jennifer Hudson, like we mentioned earlier, who's also in Iconic. Crazy how 3 people that are in Iconic aren't even winners. But yeah, Adam Lambert, season 8, should have won. Still can't believe. Still keeps me up at night, honestly. So we're on season 9, 2 more seasons left. This is Lee DeWise. Don't really have much to say about him. No disrespect to Lee DeWise. I do remember he came out with a cover of Beautiful Day by U2, which I admittedly did listen to when I was younger because that's a good song in general. Don't really have much to say. I don't think he should fall into the shouldn't have won category because he won for a reason. I'm going to put him at good, but not great. I also found out that he released 2 albums before American Idol. I didn't know if there was like a rule of like if you were a musician before you can be on American Idol or not. I don't know what the ruling is there, but a guy that came out with albums before and he wins American Idol, I mean, I guess that makes sense. I mean, he's a musician, so season 10, the last season, we're here. All the way from season 1 to 10. And this is where I unfortunately stopped watching American Idol because I think this was the year before I went into high school. So maybe high school is the reason why I stopped watching. I don't know. This season was won by Scotty McCreery, country artist. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. There are actually a few songs of his that I have saved on my phone. He comes around this local place near me. He performs there every single summer. So he's pretty well known around where I'm from at least. But there's another contestant this year. Her name was Haley Reinhart. I don't know if you guys are too familiar. She is unbelievably talented. She did a cover of I Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley, and it is genuinely one of the most beautiful songs. I mean, in general, it's one of the best, most beautiful songs, but her rendition of it is just beautiful. So Scotty McCreery, I'm going to put in the middle because honestly, he did pretty well for himself post American Idol. Again, he has some well-known songs and stuff, and also I think like him being country makes it different. He's different than everyone else on this list. I think Taylor Hicks actually may have fallen under the country category, but Taylor Hicks is under shouldn't have won for a reason, so we're going to ignore him for now. Again, Taylor Hicks, if you're watching, my apologies, brother. No disrespect to you as the person, just the season and the people that voted for you. With that being said, Scotty McCreery is being put in the middle here. I did put Haley Reinhart on this list for a reason because she did come in 3rd and she is uber talented, but at the end of the day, I'm looking at this list and who I should put her ahead of are on the same level as. I'm honestly going to put her on the same level as Scotty McCreery in the middle. I don't know if I can put her below that. I can't put her one below Elliot Yamin. I can't put her on the same level as like a David Cook or a Alida Wise. Again, no disrespect to those guys, but this is my ranking, my tier list. So I'm putting her in the middle. So iconic, we have Kelly Clarkson, Jennifer Hudson, Carrie Underwood, Dot True, and Adam Lambert. If there is 5 iconic people that came from American Idol, it's those 5. This is subjective, of course. At the end of the day, everyone's gonna have different opinions on who they think should have won, who is most popular, so keep that in mind. But to me, these 5 are as iconic as it gets coming out of the show. These probably are the 5 biggest names to come out of American Idol. Top tier, Jordan and Fantasia. Middle, Ruben Studdard, Clay Aiken, Elliot Yamin, Scotty McCreery, Haley Reinhart. I'm okay with that. Good but not great, David Cook, David Archuleta, Lita Wise. And then shouldn't have won Taylor Hicks, Chris Allen. I feel bad for Chris Allen because I think he is talented, and probably in another season, like he could have won and it would have been like, okay, like that makes sense. But since he went up against Adam Lambert, and same with Taylor Hicks, he went up against Chris Daughtry, who ended up in the iconic tier. I'm sorry, but you're gonna finish in the shouldn't have won tier because you really shouldn't have. Let me know if I left anyone off this list. Let me know how you would rank these runner-ups, these contestants, these American Idol winners from seasons 1 through 10. Also, let me know if you enjoyed this video, want to see more videos like this moving forward, other content that you would like to see me do in the future. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Check out all the other content on this channel. Check out Talking to Myself every single Monday here on YouTube and on audio platforms as well. I hope everybody has a great rest of the day. Peace out.